Hi! It is the beginning of a new year. Happy New Year. I feel like it's still gonna take me time to adjust to the fact that it's no longer 2025, but in a way it's kind of a relief. I'm excited to get started with a new year, you know, have a fresh start, so to speak. To kick off the new year on my channel, I wanted to do a full collection flip through. This is almost all of my binders. I feel like we've gone through like all of these binders in my storing photo cards videos, but I think it'll be fun to go through, see what my collections look like at the beginning of 2026, and then my plan is to make another video at the end of 2026. We can kind of see how things have changed, how things have grown. But yeah, I guess disclaimer before I start is just to say that I've been collecting for a couple of years now. I've only been posting on YouTube for what, a couple of months, but my collections have taken time, and so I hope no one feels the need to, you know, look at my collection and look at theirs and think like, oh, she has so much more than me, or, you know, anything like that. I think all of our collections, you know, it's a marathon, not a race, and it's about, you know, getting things that make you happy, not trying to keep up with anyone else. So yeah, just putting that out there. Let's all collect at our own pace and collect what we want. But I guess I will start from, I guess, smaller collections and work my way up to the big boys. So let's start with my girl groups. I feel like that's a good place to start. Also, I apologize if there are cuts in this video more than usual. I usually do my best to like cut out me stuttering or mumbling or whatever in my videos, but I'm a little sick right now, and so if you see cuts, it's me coughing, you know, just how it goes in the winter. So let's start with my girl groups binder. I keep currently until they start to outgrow it, I keep all of the girl groups that I collect in this binder. And so when we open up, the first group in here is aespa. For aespa, I collect Winter and Karina. When I started collecting, or like when I started even getting into aespa, Winter was my original bias, and I kind of assumed that that was just going to be who my bias was. But then I started watching aespa live performances, and I think Karina just has really great like stage presence, and she really caught my attention. So, but then at the same time, like as I gained interest in Karina, I didn't lose interest in Winter, and so I guess now that I guess I just double bias them. So I also collect both of them. But this is Savage Era, which I only have Karina for currently, and then Girls, which I collected one page for both of them. I guess that's another thing to say about my aespa collection, is that it's one that I don't really like. If you were to look at a template, I guess this goes for a couple of my collections, if you were to look at a template and then look at my collection, you'd probably be like, you're missing most of the cards. But for me, I don't know, I don't like to stress myself out about getting everything, especially when I have a big collection that I do actually try to get like most album cards for. So, and sometimes aespa can be a little expensive, so I try not to stress myself out, and I just get the cards that I can find, and the ones that like really bring me joy, that like when I open my binder I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I have this card. Like Teddy Bear Necklace Winter or Blonde Karina, like these cards, I open my binder and I think I am so lucky. You know, I don't open it and be like, did I really want that card? Should I have bought that? You know. So this is My World here. And then we kind of have a mix of eras on these pages. It starts with My World, goes into drama, goes into Armageddon. I think these are all, from here is all Armageddon. Winter Hot Pack, yeah. Like I'd rather, I don't know, spend like a little bit more to get the cards that I really want than spend money on cards that I don't really care that much about. That's how I see it for aespa. And then here, I think this is still Armageddon, right? This is like the CD one. Was that Armageddon? Who are you? Armageddon. And then Whiplash. And then these two are Dirty Work cards. And then in the back, I bought a set of Karina cards off of Naokyo, and they just included a bunch of extra cards, which was very nice. I just didn't know that I was getting these because I don't have any plans to collect aespa like non-album cards. I'm really only setting forward to buy Winter and Karina's album cards, but I did get a couple Karina cards. I think this one is a Season's Greetings. This is their light stick card. What are you? SMCU Express. This is a girl's album card, but I don't want to keep it with my other girl stuff since I already have a like 4 pocket page. And then these are Okendi, like random trading cards. And then I can't remember what this is from. I think it might be like a Japan tour or something. But yeah, that's my aespa collection. It's really like, it's nothing special. And like I would love to collect more for them. I think I tend to just like go watch OT4 collectors to live vicariously through them, because I would love to collect more for aespa. I would love to collect, yeah, OT4. I really love all 4 members, but I think for now, you know, with my collecting preferences and with my budget and all of that, this is good for me, and I'm really happy with what I have. So then when we turn, the next section has a new group that I just got into, which is hearts2hearts. I love hearts2hearts. I am obsessed with hearts2hearts. If you look at my listening activity, like pretty much like maybe 80% of what I'm listening to lately is hearts2hearts, and they don't even have that many songs out yet. I really like their music. It's like filling a void for me that I didn't even fully know that I had. I think it gives me like the same feelings as second gen girl groups, but also very much is filling, and I think a lot of people, I don't know, maybe not a lot of people would admit this, but a lot of people feel that there is a, sorry, apparently everyone and their mother wants to drive by my house right now. But it also is filling a very New Jeans sized hole in my heart. Currently, hearts2hearts' music, and all of the members are so cute. My bias is jiwoo. I know there's this Stella card here. I bought a Focus album and I pulled her, and she's so cute. I'm having a hard time letting go of her. But my goal is to collect jiwoo. So yeah, this is literally all I have. It's a slow moving collection because I think people in the US are still getting into them, and currently I haven't really been buying from outside of the US. So maybe, you know, when I go back to buying from Naokyo or maybe Poker Market, I will get more jiwoo cards. Also, I tend to get questions about this, but these binder, filler, insert, whatever things, deji that I'm using are from Dreamy Shop on Etsy. They also have a YouTube channel, Full of Sun 66, I'm pretty sure. So check them out, they're really nice. And then in the back, I have Sakura from sserafim. I think like most people got into sserafim during Anti-Fragile era. What an excellent song. What a great song. I try to collect all of Sakura's like main photo book albums, main photo book album photo cards. So if there's something that, you know, is from like a compact or something like that. I guess this is kind of the exception. I went a little bit crazy for Unforgiven. I realized I didn't even introduce these cards. So these are from Fearless, Anti-Fragile. This is also Anti-Fragile, and I think this is a compact card. So maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm telling untruths. I kind of just get what I want, I guess. These are Unforgiven. This is still Unforgiven. These are Easy. These are Crazy. This starts Hot. And this is all Hot. I don't have anything for Paschetti yet. Perhaps controversial opinion, and not to be a hater, but I didn't really love Spaghetti. Just not really my type of song. And so when I don't really like an album or like a song, it's hard for me to feel motivated to collect the cards. So I'll probably look, because I do like the styling for Spaghetti, so I'll probably end up looking to see if I can get a few of her Spaghetti cards, but I'm not in a rush. And then these are Japan cards. This one, are you from Unforgiven? Yeah. This one's from Unforgiven Japan, this one's from Crazy, and these came with this card. I guess they're just like message cards. But yeah, that is literally everything for girl groups. I really would like to get more for girl groups in 2026, because it just feels so unfair that like my listening activity is almost like, I listen to a lot of boy groups, but most of my listening activity is girl groups, and yet this is all I got. So I'd like to spend more time working on these collections in the next year, but we'll see. That's all I have here. I mean literally everything else in my collection is NCT, so we'll start with Sion. Okay, this is my NCT Wish Sion collection. I have to tell you, I know I just introduced this binder in my last storing photocards video, but I'm already thinking about changing him to a different binder. It's a little bulky. I think I'm just very partial to like 4-pocket pages and like more, I don't know, narrow, I guess, binders. Although the binder I'm thinking of getting for him would not be particularly compact or narrow, but it would be cute. So, and to me, that may take precedent. But yeah, I have been a fan of NCT Wish since Songbird. I liked Wish, but their debut, but I think I had it in my head like, I'm too old for this. I'm not even like, I'm not much older than them, but I was like, I'll let the kids enjoy this, you know. And SM, they've wanted an NCT Tokyo for a very long time. You know, I've been an NCitizen since pre-debut, so like I know SM has been wanting a Japan unit for a long time. So I was like, you know what, this is SM's, you know, long time dream. This is, you know, their younger members, so it will appeal to younger fans, and like SM is always trying to keep NCT relevant and like up with the times, I guess. And so I was like, yeah, you know, NCT Wish can be for everyone else. And then Songbird came out and I was like, no, no, NCT Wish is for me. They're for me personally. So from the beginning, I loved Sion. He is just so incredible. He is a fantastic performer, a true like gift. Like, can you imagine there is an alternate timeline where he is still on that cow farm? There is an alternate timeline where we would never see this face. Isn't that a crime? That is, I'm so glad I don't live in that universe, because he was born to be an idol, and more specifically, he was born to be a member of NCT, and I believe that wholeheartedly. But yeah, I collect Sion. I think I'm moving this binder around too much. I collect his album photo cards. So this is all for Wish, the debut, and then I collect some Pobs. It's mostly because I think he is perhaps the most beautiful person who has ever walked this planet, and so I want more pieces of paper with his face on it. Anyway, so that's Wish. This is my page for Songbird. I don't really have any Songbird pops besides these. I think these, no, you're an album card and you're like a Mumo pop. So I don't have much for Songbird because low-key, a little expensive. Y'all are gatekeeping, thank you very much. Then this is Steady. There's one more album card for Steady that I need to get. I think it's the keyring version. Is that like the viewfinder thing? Also expensive, so I'll get that eventually. But then we have some pobs. Another pob on the back. I think I forgot to store this in my last storing photocards video. It was literally like sitting at the bottom of one of my containers and I was like, oh, hello. And then this is Wishful, their Japanese like holiday release. And then we get into Pop Pop, which I'm missing some album cards for it. But I think Pop Pop is when more people started getting into Wish, because I mean, how could you not? How could you not? Pop Pop, that song is a gift. Speaking of gifts, that song is a gift. So I'm slowly working my way to having all of the album photo cards. And then we have some pobs. If you want to know where anything is from, I usually have them labeled in my storing photo cards videos, but also you can leave it in the comments and I'll find it for you. And then that's all for Pop Pop. And then for color, I haven't really been working on it. To be honest, towards the like mid-end of last year, I did a lot for Sion. Like I basically got to this point all like towards the like middle end of last year. And so by like the end of last year, I was like, maybe I should slow down on spending money on Sion, because I just got into him and it's exciting and it's fun and I want more things of him, but like let me take my time, you know, because I think like that's one of the things that is important to me in collecting, is like really taking my time and being intentional about what I collect so that I don't get overwhelmed. Because I'm the type where like if this binder were like full right now, I would get super overwhelmed and I'd be like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Get this away from me. Even though I love Sion and I enjoy collecting him, I just like I get overwhelmed if I have too much too fast. So not that I'm stopping my Sion collection, not that I'm, you know, changing much about the way I'm collecting him. I'm just taking a little break for now. Just a little break, and then when I'm feeling ready, I'll continue. But yeah, in the meantime, this is all I have for color. And then this gets into his merch stuff. So this is all from the School of Wish drop. This is from last year's Season's Greetings. I didn't pre-order any Season's Greetings this year, or like order at all any Season's Greetings this year. There just weren't really any that stood out to me personally. So I didn't get any Season's Greetings ahead of time, but I'll probably, like I usually do, try to get Sion set and try to get Jeno set for Dream. And then this, I think, is from a Japan photo book. I just, you know, sometimes you make eye contact with a listing on Naokyo and you think to yourself, no matter what that card is, no matter how much that card is, it will be in my hands. And that was the case for this one. And then these are login tour trading cards. These are from the SM 30th anniversary album trading card packs, whatever. I had put this with the album stuff, but I moved it back here since a lot of stuff back here is like trading cards. And then in the back, I don't have any plans to collect OT6 NCT Wish. I really don't. I think that would be a little too much for me to take on right now. I already collect OT7 NCT Dream, and for me, like NCT Dream is like my soul group. You know what I mean? Like that, they are my world. I love NCT Wish, but it's like not quite to that point for me. I mean, NCT Dream I've been a fan of for like what? Almost 10 years. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so I've been a fan of NCT Dream for almost 10 years. What the hell? So maybe in 10 years I'll collect OT6 Wish, but in the meantime, I'm just, I can't bring myself to part with these polls, but they are just gonna sit here for the time being. They will just sit here. So that is everything for Sion, which means it's NCT Dream time, baby. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go through my Jeno collection. So if you watched my last storing photocards video, you know that I split my Jeno collection into things that are related to albums and then things that are not. Things that are just like pure merch, miscellaneous releases, whatever. So this is the stuff that's related to albums. So on this first page we have some, like, these are empathy cards, these are resonance part 1, right? This is a reload keynote. You are resonance. So for Jeno, I collect all of his album cards, so like the NCT full group cards, this stupid AR card from Hot Sauce that's like literally 144p, Kino cards, etc. I collect Jeno for that. I don't collect OT7. I thought about maybe at some point expanding to OT7. I'm like, oh, maybe when I catch up with everything else for Dream, I'll go back and get their full group album stuff or get their Kinos or whatever. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do that. It just seems like a lot of work for something that, like, I'm very happy with just having Jeno for it. So I don't think I'm gonna stress myself out about it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I have Jeno, so I'll be fine. But these are Resonance Part 1, I'm pretty sure. Your Resonance Part 2, Hot Sauce AR card, Hello Future Kinos, Hello Future merch thing, Universe. This is all Universe stuff, Glitch Mode, something or other. I have all of my cards labeled for this reason. Like, I keep labels on them so that I know what they are later, but if you ask me now, oh girl, I have no idea. I simply do not know. Best Friend Ever, ISTJ, this is all ISTJ. ISTJ was the first era that I started collecting NCT Dream, and so I got a little excited, you know. It's exciting when you like first get into collecting a group or collecting an idol and you're like, give me everything. Give me every card. And plus silver hair Jeno, I mean, come on. Come on. I guess I can talk a little bit about Jeno and NCT Dream and all of that. So I got into NCT Dream at debut because actually I got into NCT pre-debut because of like the whole SM Rookies thing. I was keeping up with some of the members. There were some members that I was really interested in, especially Taeyong, because he featured in that Red Velvet song. What is that? Be Natural. And then when NCT U debuted with the 7 Cents, I was obsessed with Mark Lee. I said, who is that? I said, who is that? And it turned out that he was my same age. And so I was like, oh my goodness, it was meant to be. He is my everything. I will follow him to the end of the world. And then NCT Dream, when they announced their debut and announced that Mark was going to be the leader of that group, I was like, I'm there. Sign me up. And then Chewing Gum came out, and I know Chewing Gum was like kind of controversial. Like, not everybody loves Chewing Gum because it is a little bit it's chewing gum, you know. But I love that song, and you know what I loved about that song? I love Jongcheolla about that song. You know what? I love Jongcheolla about that song, and I said, that is my baby. And so at first, when I got into NCT Dream, Cheolla was my bias. I thought he was just the cutest. Like, every time he smiled, I was like, you are an angel sent to earth to make me happy. Like, you are my world. And then he learned to speak more fluent Korean, and I was like, oh my god. I love you, Cheolla. Still love you, Cheolla. He's still my second bias. I love Cheolla. would die for him. I sure would. But then, so I was like into NCT Dream, but not like I was actually into NCT 127 a lot more at the time. And then things started to shift for me when Go came out. I was like, oh hello, because I just, at the time, like these days, I think I actually appreciate more like, I don't know, like sweet, like upbeat, bubbly, like boy group pop music. But at the time I was very much into like, you know, Monster X and GOT7 and Stray Kids and all of that. Like I liked the more intense boy group music. And so when Go came out, I was like, oh, hello. And then WeBoom came out. And then WeBoom came out. And up until that point, like, it's not that I didn't take any notice of Jeno. He just wasn't like on my radar as like a bias. I was like, oh, like especially in Go, I was like, oh, Jeno's really cool. And you know, he's starting to grow up because oh my god, he was so cute during debut. He was so little. But then WeBoom came out and Blonde Jeno was on my timeline, and it was pretty much over. Like I tried to deny it. The thing that made it harder to deny it was, God bless, chilling in those cornrows. It was getting a little hard to be like, yeah, let me repost pictures of him everywhere while he has neon orange cornrows. Okay. Okay. But Blonde Jeno, oh my goodness. And at that time he was an MC for the show, and there was this, so at the time, you all might not know this because, you know, you may not have been around for as long as me, but back in the day, it was not as easy as it is now for us to watch like Korean broadcasts. You know, variety content wasn't as easily accessible, but like variety content was literally all we had. Like idols didn't post the way that they do now on social media. You know, groups don't have YouTube channels where they're uploading constant content. Like we had Weekly Idol. We had Weekly Idol, we had Hello Counselor. You know, we were in the trenches a little bit. And by the time NCT Dream debuted, we had a little bit more because V-Live was a thing. Shout out to V-Live, rest in peace my sister. I'm just flipping back through this so that we can close and go to the next binder. Sorry that I did not say where like any of this is from. I got a little caught up in my yapping, but this is ISTJ. This is what is this album called? Golden Age, Dream Escape, Moonlight, Dreamscape, sort of Go Back to the Future, SM Town album. Look at that. Psh, I'm a professional. I'll continue with the next binder. So this is Jeno's non-album related, like this stuff is like pure merch. So like we're starting off with Season's Greetings. This is Candy Lab stuff, the Sanrio collab, you know, these sort of things. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So since like broadcasts and things like that weren't as easy for us to catch live, at least I didn't know of a way to watch the show when Jeno was an MC on it. So I would usually just wait for the clips or wait for him to go live after the broadcast was over. And there was one day that I was hearing whisperings that Jeno looked really gorgeous on this episode of the show. And so I was like by my phone waiting, like with bated breath, like dying for that V-Live notification that Jeno was going live. And so as soon as I saw that he was live, I hopped on. When I tell you I nearly passed out. It was more than I could have ever dreamed of. He was blonde. He had his hair, he had an undercut. His hair was all like swept back. And he was wearing this like, it was all very much of its time. Like some of you, if you saw this picture, you'd be like, girl, this is what you fell in love with. Yes. It was this like blush pink, like a rosé champagne pink, all pink suit. I'll put it up on screen, but like this is what I logged into VLive and saw. And that was the day that I was like, you know what, I think Jeno might be my bias. I think it may have changed. God bless, love each other. No hard feelings, my love. However, my heart has changed a little bit, and that's when Jeno became my bias. And so anyway, this is Laundry Shop Season's Greetings. What year was this? 2022? Uh-oh, I don't actually remember when the fencing club was. 2023. This is Pink Christmas, NCT Home, Teddy Island, also NCT Home, birthday merch card, 7th anniversary. This is Golden Age, something or other. Oh, NCT Nation, sorry. This is also NCT Nation. And then it gets into NCT Zone. I don't know why I started picking up NCT Zone cards. I do like them. I just, like, I got all of the concept cards, which I knew it was going to be a lot easier because they give you a full set of concept cards in each of the packs of NCT Zone cards. So, like, everybody wants to get rid of those. Everybody has, like, a billion of them. But these selfies are random in the packs. So finding Jeno has been a little bit difficult. It's like, not only is it random, but it's also, I collect one of the more popular NCT members, so this is my burden to bear. This is Pink Christmas. This is last year's Season's Greetings. These are from the Dream Show 4, right? It was 4. Okay, it says Dream Escape on the back, but I'm pretty sure it was the tour merch. Okay, this also says Dream Escape on the back. Anywho, this is the doll, like the little, where are you, Moon? Here he is. This is the card that came with the doll. Cute. Then this is Endless Dream, the photo book. Also Endless Dream. You are from the Dream keyring, the Dream Show 3 skateboard keyring. So that must have been Dream Show 3, not Dream Show 4. And then Season's Greetings from last year. Yeah, I saw this year's Season's Greetings, and to me, I looked at it and I said, those are Minion colors, and I moved on. And then this is more NCT Zone, Pink Christmas, Pink Christmas. This is another keyring, Dream the Future keyring. And then this is from Dream Quest, and this is from one of the Dream Quest merch items. It's like a card sticker. But yeah, when I started collecting NCT Dream, I originally only wanted to collect Jeno, and that was how it was for like a pretty long time. Like, I only collected Jeno. And for Jeno, I mean, as you can see, I really just get whatever I want in no particular layout or well, kind of in chronological order a little bit. But I don't stress out about getting everything. But I knew I wanted to at least get all of his album cards. But when I started storing his album cards, I was like, doesn't it feel a little empty? Doesn't it feel like this would look really cute if all 7 members were on the page? Wouldn't that be fun? And so that's how my OT7 Dream collection started. I just couldn't bear to not see all 7 members together, and now look at where we are. Actually, let's look at where we are. Oh my god, this binder's so heavy. The very last collection we'll be flipping through is my NCT Dream OT7 collection. I feel like this is like my most exciting collection. I don't know, I was like kind of hesitant about sharing my collection at first, like on the internet, because there's so many people who collect so much more than me and so much more thoroughly than me, and so I worried that like will anybody care about me who just collects, really just collects SM? That is really embarrassing. Oh oh. But I think my Dream collection is probably the most interesting. And like I said, it started less as like, I'm gonna collect an OT group, because I've never, before collecting OT7 Dream, I've never collected OT of a group before. I've only ever collected my biases, and I kind of figured that that's how I wanted it to always be, because not to say that collecting OT of a group is boring, because I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's like when you collect OT of a group and like you see another person who also does, you're gonna have a pretty similar looking collection, right? Because there's only so much you can do when you collect the full group. Like, at least when you collect your buys, you can choose like fun layouts or like, you know, doing different things. And so, you know, it's not always the most exciting to have an OT collection, and so I didn't think that I wanted to do it at first. But like I said, I started with just collecting Jeno, and I thought he looked really lonely. I thought he looked really lonely, and so I picked up the other 6 members. So these are the season's greeting sets from last year. I guess not last year anymore, from 2024. I have OT7, so I wanted to store them all together, and I think that these sets are beautiful, so I put them at the front. Teehee. So my collection, it starts off a little sad. It starts off a little bit sad. These cards, not that they're hard to find, but when you're used to paying like $1 to $2 for NCT Dream cards, and then these are like 6, it's like, ooh, I don't know. This is the first, and then Young, and then I actually have Jamin for We Go Up. Shouts out. This is when he came back, so got his. And then from here on, this binder is like so close to being complete, at least for the Korean album cards. So that, it's not necessarily a goal for me to complete this binder in 2026, because I don't want to stress myself out if I'm not done with it by the end of the year, but I am very close. So this is We Boom, which, as I mentioned, was like the first era that I really stand NCT Dream. Like, I really became a Dream then, and Jeno became my bias. Yay! And then I don't collect any Kinos currently for OT7, or OT6, I guess, in this case. And then we have Reload. Come on. Reload. You can barely see Chala in this card. And Hot Sauce, which I just recently completed. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Hot Sauce. I do try to spice up my pages a little bit by like doing different colored fillers for the empty spots and stuff. Oh, and adding stickers to the sleeves. Like, I want to do something to make it more interesting, because like I said, at the end of the day, when you collect OT of a group, there's only so much you can do to make it unique, make it your own. But I do my little things here and there. So this is Hello Future, Hello Future. Also Hello Future. Hopefully I'm not flipping too fast. Glitch Mode begins here, and I don't collect the lenticulars because I don't like them. If you collect them, I love that for you. Please, I love that for you. I don't like thick cards like that, and I don't think they're particularly interesting to look at. So this is also Glitch Mode. Glitch Mode. I love this set. I'm obsessed with this set. I really want to put stickers, like decorate this set, but I mostly have pink stickers, so I need to find like blue and green ones. And then Beatbox. I know, don't look at him. Everybody, stop casting your evil eye on me for this card. I only got him for a good price because he is quite damaged. It's not, like, I didn't really care, because at the end of the day, like, this is my soul group. This is like my forever collection, if I were to have one. So I don't really care that he's damaged, but yes, you don't need to be jealous. He is very damaged, so that's why I have him. And then the Digipacks, Sideways Jeno, and then Candy. Oh. This is probably the set that took me the longest for Candy, for obvious reasons. Candy Sminis. And then this is the first era where I have a POB set. I think especially from shopping on Neokyo, I very easily end up with Mumo pops for the other members, because like I go looking for album cards and people just throw in the Mumo pops, and so if I have enough of them, I will try to complete the set and have an OT7 Mumo set in my binder, or whatever pop I'm able to get my hands on. So yeah, these two are not matching, but I forgive them because they look really good. Red Hair Jisung, shouts out. And then these are my best friend ever cards. I didn't set out to collect Japanese cards for Dream, and I probably won't collect, what's it called, like the Dream, their first Japanese album, but I really like the best friend ever cards, and I was able to get them pretty easily. I just decided to add these like concept cards in, so that's why I don't have much progress, but pretty good progress on the selfies. And then this binder ends with ISTJ, so this was the first era that I collected OT7. I wanted to start, or I started collecting Jeno during ISTJ, and then I decided that I wanted to collect OT7 during Dream Escape. And so since Dream Escape was still in progress, like it was still happening when I made that decision, I decided that ISTJ was going to be my first era that I collected OT7. And I think a lot of people bought albums for ISTJ, both in the US and internationally, so it was actually really easy for me to complete ISTJ. But I put, these are the unit cards from the vending machine version, but since they match the extrovert concept, like they're wearing their extrovert outfits, I just put them on the extrovert page. Cannot see Ranjan's face in this card. Hello? Is that you? And then Jamin and Ranjan are on the back. This is actually the one that I pulled in my vending machine album. And I pulled this cello. Shouts out. These are the vending machine cards. This was the hardest set to complete for obvious reasons. You and you? You two? Explain yourselves. Speaking of, oh my god, Jeno and Jamin are going to be in a drama. Hello? 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 And it's about baseball. Hello? Hello? So I will be tuning in. I don't know where it's going to broadcast or what I'm going to have to do to get it. I will do it. It's happening. They also have been teasing that they're going to have a unit release, like an album or single or something this year. And Jisung's also been teasing that he's going to have a solo this year. I'm like, what on earth is going on? I know what's going on. SM is trying to keep us all from rioting during enlistment era. But if it means Jeno Jamin duo release and it means Jisung solo, am I so mad about them just trying to, you know, hold a carrot in front of my face? No. Here's the poster version. This is the Japan poster version. And then this mini. I am obsessed with this Jeno card. I would do anything for this Jeno card. This actually, I think this was the first card I went out of my way to buy for my Jeno collection, because I wanted it so bad. Then the QR, which is one of my favorite OT7 sets that I own. And then Mumo, this is the B set, but I like it the most, so I put it first. And then the A set, which I'm not finished with. But yeah, that is the first binder from debut to ISTJ for NCT Dream. I am excited, but also like I kind of don't want this binder to be finished. Like I'm excited for it to be finished, but like this is like, I don't even know, like over a year of my life in this binder, and so it feels kind of sad to let it go. Anyway, on to the next one. And this is the last binder of this video, my second NCT Dream binder. So this is from Dream Escape forward. So we start with Dream Escape. These cards, overall, Dream Escape was really easy to collect. Why am I still missing IDs? Why do I not have these? the thing is, maybe it's like also me, because for me, like I look at an ID photo card, like their photos are this big. They're this big. So to me, I'm like, this is like at max like a $2.50 card. And then I see Haechan's posted for like $6. I'm like, in what universe would I pay $6 for an ID? I wouldn't even pay that much for some of these selfie cards, but especially for an ID. So I'm being patient and I'm waiting until I see them for a good price. Chala with the horse. I think this is the Sminny. Sminny or QR? I don't remember. Then this is the Mumo set. These two, this Chala, he looks so gorgeous. It's like actually insane. And then this Jisung with this rice cooker in the back, very, very cute. Extremely cute. And then I did put this Moonlight. This was like what, the 8cm version. These were very, very cheap on Nyokyo, and so I said thank you. I'll take them. And then this is where things get a little sad. They get a little bit sad. This is my dreamscape. Can I even call it progress? Can I even call it progress? I'm quite behind. I think I explained this a little bit in my storing photo cards video, but I think a big part of it is that, like, it's not necessarily that the cards are hard to find or expensive, except this set and the Dream Mini set actually are hard to find and expensive. But it's more so that, like, because so many of the concepts look the same, it's hard for me to keep track of like what I have versus what I don't, and that makes me less motivated, I guess, to look for the cards because they just all look the same. They all look the same. But I will make progress this year. You know what? Yes, I'm willing to make that a resolution. This year, I will finish Dreamscape. I will do it. When we come back at the end of the year, or the beginning of next year, whatever I end up doing, these pages will be filled with cards. This is the Sminny, and then the Mumo set. And then I did put Mark's The First Fruit debut in here, because I think it would be nice to have a page of each of the Dream members' solo debuts. I don't have enough Haechan cards currently to make a full page for him, so I'm waiting until I have a little bit more, and then I'll do a page for Taste as well. And then there wasn't a physical release when Chala did his debut, his solo in China, was there? I don't think so. Anyway, then we get into Go Back to the Future, which is, you know, slow progress. These cards I think are still just a little pricey for what I'm looking for, but I'm almost done with the digipack page, which is good. And then the hoverboard, I did find Chala's, so I guess OT7 is happening. I found Chala's, so if I have 2 members, come on, I gotta collect them all. And then this is the, I think a couple of different stores had these same POBs, but I think mine are Apple Music. And then I have set up for Beat It Up in the back here, but I mentioned this in my storing photo cards video that I didn't pre-order any albums for Beat It Up because I was like, pretty much as soon as they announced the album, and opened pre-orders was when I was about to go on a trip, and so I wanted to save money for my trip, so I didn't pre-order anything. I did order, I think I ordered a digipack and the Sheriff version recently, so my pulls from those will go in here in my next storing photo cards video, but currently I don't have any progress, and I don't know when I will have progress. Probably once I make a little more progress on these past eras, but that means that Dream needs to be a little more quiet. All right, Let's do a little less, my friends, a little less. They were quite booked and busy this year, which I'm happy for them, of course, always. But a little less. I could also be happy with a little less. Anyway, let me, I guess, leave it. You know what? I want to leave it on. Go back to this Hello Future page since it's so cute. It is about to rain, so it is extremely dark. I'm sorry if it's been dark in the video for a little while. I'll do my best when I'm editing to up the brightness, so hopefully you won't notice. But yeah, that is my K-pop photo card collection as of the beginning of January 2026. I really love I really love all of my collections. I think if I were to set goals for this year, I think tentatively I would say working more on girl groups. I would like to catch up with jiwoo's cards because there's really not so many of them. But if I could get more of those, I would be really happy. I think making more progress on the more recent eras for aespa, for Karina and Winter. And then, you know, I'm still kind of taking a little break for Sion because I don't want to do too much for him. But I think once I'm ready to start buying again, I would like to catch up on Pop and Color. And like, I think for Sion, I would just like to stay caught up on his album cards throughout the year. And maybe that would be something that I would set for almost all of my collections, is just to get to a point where I'm not feeling so far behind, because I think I'm at a point currently where when the groups that I collect announce a new comeback, I'm like, oh god, like I still haven't finished the last one. I do really want to catch up on Dreamscape. I think that's the era that's stressing me out the most currently. Like it's not really stressing me out, it's not anything crazy, but I do really want to catch up on that era so I don't feel, I think that's the era that's making me feel like I'm really far behind. But yeah, I think first and foremost my goal for this year is just to continue collecting at my own pace and enjoy the cards that I have, because, you know, the reason that I started collecting was because I care really deeply about these groups, and having their cards like is fulfilling for me. It's not fulfilling for everyone, but for me, I do get a lot of enjoyment out of having collections for these groups that I guess would be my olds. So I don't want to lose that this year. Anywho, I think I have yapped about enough for this video, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you to anyone who, you know, subscribes and watches my uploads as they come out. I hope you're excited to see my collections grow and change and, you know, update throughout the year. And you know, there's a lot of things that I'm excited about in this coming year, both in terms of K-pop and otherwise. So I'm really looking forward to it being a good year, at least for me personally. I mean, I still live in the United States of America, so but I'm wishing all of you a very happy and successful year and fulfilling year as well. I hope you are safe and comfortable and warm, and, you know, you feel happy. I think we should all feel happy in 2026. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Bye bye.